no toilets, no toilet paper, no plumbing. Yet ancient humans survived for thousands of years. So what was their secret? Imagine waking up 20,000 years ago and suddenly nature calls. There's just one problem. Toilets don't exist. So what did ancient humans actually do? Believe it or not, their solution was surprisingly smart. They never relieved themselves near where they slept. Instead, they walked far away from the camp. Distance helped keep their homes clean, and it reduced the spread of dangerous diseases. Nature became their bathroom. No pipes, no flushing, just the wilderness. Even waste returned naturally to the environment. Nothing was wasted in nature, and that's something modern cities can never do on their own. But there was one huge problem. Walking away from camp meant walking into danger. Predators were everywhere. One careless moment could cost your life. So how did ancient humans stay safe? The answer might surprise you, and it's coming next. Believe it or not, ancient humans rarely went completely alone. Someone often stayed nearby, watching for danger. Because predators loved to attack when their victims were distracted. Even a few unguarded minutes could mean death. That's why trust was everything in the Stone Age. Working together wasn't a choice. It was survival. But here's another mystery. How did they stay clean? There wasn't a single roll of toilet paper anywhere. Instead, nature provided everything they needed. Soft leaves, fresh moss, grass, and even smooth stones. It sounds unusual today, but for ancient humans, it was completely normal. Nature supplied almost everything they needed to survive. Clean water was one of their greatest resources. Rivers became nature's own cleaning system, but they knew never to contaminate the water they drank. They understood one important rule. Clean water meant life. Dirty water could spread deadly diseases. But the biggest reason ancient humans didn't need toilets had nothing to do with bathrooms at all. The biggest secret wasn't the bathroom, it was the tiny size of their tribes. Most groups had only a few families living together. There simply weren't enough people to create massive amounts of waste. Nature handled it on its own. Rain, sunlight, insects, and bacteria recycled everything. It was Earth's natural recycling system. For thousands of years, it worked perfectly. Then everything changed. Humans stopped wandering. People started living in permanent villages. More people living closer together. And suddenly, waste became a serious problem. Nature could no longer keep up. Disease began spreading more easily. That's when humans needed a new solution. The first simple toilets were finally invented, and that changed human history forever. Without sanitation, great civilizations could never have grown. But one final mystery still remains. The surprising truth is, ancient humans weren't dirty. In many ways, they respected nature more than we do today. They never polluted the place they called home. Everything had its proper place. Even waste was kept far from where families lived. That simple habit protected the entire tribe. Generation after generation, they passed this knowledge on. Not through books, but through experience. Every child grew up knowing these survival rules. Thousands of years later, humans built enormous cities. Millions of people now live together. And suddenly, nature alone wasn't enough. That's why modern toilets became essential. Without sanitation, diseases would spread rapidly. Ancient humans didn't have better technology. They simply lived in a completely different world. Their lifestyle made toilets unnecessary. But there's one final fact that almost nobody knows. Here's the biggest surprise. Ancient humans didn't build toilets because nature already did the job. Everything returned safely back to the earth. Nothing was wasted. Nothing polluted their home. Their greatest sanitation system was distance, and their greatest protection was teamwork. Simple ideas kept them alive for thousands of years. Sometimes, the smartest solution is also the simplest. Today, we depend on toilets every single day. But ancient humans depended on nature instead. Different world, different lifestyle, different solution. That's why ancient humans didn't need toilets. It wasn't magic. It was simply the way they lived. Our ancestors understood nature better than we often realize. What ancient human mystery should we uncover next? Follow for more incredible prehistoric facts.